On beautiful Sunday mornings, most families go for a brunch or a nice little stroll in the park.
But not us. What makes our day is rallying cities. Here it comes.
So what's going on here today, Em?
We're just doing 4 rallies on one city.
And how come we are in IO?
Because we wanted to do 4 rallies, so we had to. Whoever was online had to split into 4 alliances so that we could do 4 rallies.
Yep. So we are rallying a 90 million power city. The person in question has not contributed in KvK at all last KvK, and they have been given a warning to leave and they haven't. So what we're doing now is we got 4 rallies on the city, the 90 million city. They got a Charles and YSG in Garrison, and we have 2 Attila Takeda's rallying, and then we have a Edward and YSG, and for my rally we got Tryon and Mehmed.
Yeah.
Now the city goes down. Yeah.
I want to ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
Can I try and guess your favorite rally pair?
Yeah, you can. You can try.
I'm gonna go with Try the Trajan and Mehmed.
It is. And the reason why, do you know why I like Tryon and Mehmed?
Because if you do Tryon and Mehmed, you can take mixed troops and people can put in whatever they have to put in. Because if it's one type, then only certain people can join. And Mehmed is really good for attacking cities.
That's correct. So Tryon and Mehmed both being leadership, it makes a lot of sense. As you can see on the screen, I'm allowing people to join with whatever troop they are willing to dispose. Now, one other thing I would like to point out, because we are trying to make this, I guess, a tutorial in terms of how to take down a high power city. Now, do you see, and in the background, we're actually going through all the reports. As you can see, there's not much to talk about the reports. It's more for your viewing. And as usual, at the end, we will show our reports as well. So when you're trying to rally a city with 4 coordinated rallies, how do you do that?
Because you can go on Discord and then we can coordinate each other when to launch each rally.
Yeah, that's correct. So we are on Discord and we are trying to time the rallies in a way where all of them will be hitting at the same time. And you always want, which rally do you want to hit the city first time?
The Attila Takeda one.
Yes, so Attila Takeda is one of the best tanking rallies, and for hitting cities, you can use Pakal and Herald as well. But in a city hitting scenario, it's probably Attila Takeda that's probably better. So you use an Attila Takeda, you time it in a way where Attila Takeda will hit first, and then ideally, what should the other rallies be, M? What commanders should we be using in the other ones?
They should be like XYC.
Yeah, XYC is a good option. You can use a debuffer as well. So say for example in this case we are using Edward and Tommy, so that debuffs with the poison, and then we are using the Tryon Mehmed, which has a lot of damage, and at the same time opens up that option where you only have a few people that can join with specific troop types, but if you keep it open, then you'll have a lot of people joining with siege or whatever they want to dispose. So it's a mixed kind of troop rally. So all 4 rallies, again, as you can see on the screen, hitting pretty much at the same time. My rally hit a little bit later because IO is our 4th alliance, and then this is very, very short notice. So I myself had a 10-minute notice, and the markers went up just 5 minutes before. So we probably have 30 people available. So this is what we did. We split the 30 online people into 4 alliances, hoping that few more people will join in. Now, the other thing that you will notice on the screen, and this is quite important, is all those marches standing next to the city. So what are they, Anne?
They are 1-troop marches.
Yeah, and why do we have the 1-troop marches?
So that they can soak up some of the damage from Yi Songhai.
So a Max Yi Songhai, or you may have a YSS or something else as well. So any commanders that does AoE, if you have the one troop marches, then the rallies take a lot less damage because the one troop marches soak up a lot of the AoE damage and lowers the damage the city or the structure you're rallying does to the rallies.
Yeah.
Because every AoE commander loses 15% of its damage for every extra march that it's hitting, generally speaking. Now, in the morning when we decided or when we found out that this is a city that was on the target and he's not bubbled and he's offline and we can do something about it, we went on Discord and we send a note to everyone in the kingdom. So that's one of the tips. You need to make sure all your members are on Discord, and that way it's a lot easier to coordinate, to send a message out and then to coordinate when which rally should be hitting, should be launching and hitting. So we have Cerberus, our coordinator here. He was on Discord calling out who should be rallying at which second. We didn't need to use an anchor at all in this case, but what an anchor is where you join a rally from far away so that you can time it right, and when the time is right you release the anchor so that all the rallies can be coordinated and hitting at the same time. So just in the previous screen we went through some of our rally leader stats. So most of them high power players with very good equipment, and obviously max commanders and so on. So I think this is batch 3 going on, and as you can see all 4 of them pretty much hit at the same time, and I
Yeah.
think the Attila Takeda was hitting first as well.
I like how that happens. It looks sort of satisfying.
The coordination.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what else have we got going on in this case? So we did initially change our the setting on our what's it called, the commander screen, where you have the commander you're using for rallying as the rally leader, and then a charge captain, I think that's the term, and then we put the secondary as the drill master, and then we have a 10% attack boost. And again, the reason why we're using attack is because we're in the normal kingdom, and then we are using a 25% army capacity boost. Now, army capacity boost is not something you need to do. The only reason why we're doing is because it was short notice and we didn't have enough players online, so we're trying to make sure all the rallies are somewhat full. Now, in this case, none of the rallies were completely full. So what we were doing is we were launching it, almost all the rallies were I think 2/3 full based on the number of players that we had, and that's with the 25% boost. But on top of that, there was a little practice that we were doing where we are still keeping the trades positive. So what were you doing, M? So when the rally was launched, you joined the rally with one troop, and what else did you do to make sure we get good trades?
So with my other 4 marches, I put it next to the city we're rallying so that when the rally health goes down when it's attacking the city, I can take my half-baked troop out of the rally and put in a full troop.
And that way, even with a half, 2/3 full rally, we get somewhat positive trades. Now, there could be a question made, I guess. So rather than doing 4 2/3 full rallies, would we have been better off doing 2 full rallies? I think the answer is probably no, in this scenario at least. So in this scenario, we have no opposition. This is just one city that all of us are rallying. In this case, getting 4x around and 4 rallies hitting at the same time is a better situation. But if we were talking about a KvK situation where keeping the rally full and having the reinforcements and everything was more important, so in that case I would probably say rather than trying 4 2/3 full, you should probably try 2 full rallies. Now, Also, probably should mention, I think the tanking rally was always full. It's the other three rallies that may not have been always full. But just looking at the reports, you can see how this was still pretty good in terms of what we were trying to achieve, which is zeroing the player, the non-contributor. Now, whilst we go through the reports, what I think I want to highlight is, as we at the first set of rallies that we had, you probably noticed that the reports were not as good. They were still positive, but they were not as good, because obviously it's a big power city, and the coordination in the first one wasn't the best. But as we progress, the power kind of goes down, the rallies get a lot better. Now, so M, do you think it's fair that we are zeroing a player who didn't contribute in KvK? Do you think that's okay?
I think because they had a lot of power and they could have helped us win that.
Mm-hmm. And also, there. Oh, before I go into that, let's have a look. Shout out to M Queen LA and our RoKStaR baby account. So I just showed where they're located. So we all teleported in a zone where we didn't have access through our alliance. So we had to join through a different alliance, teleport there, and switch back to the alliance through which we would be doing the rallies. Now, going back to the topic, so yes, so non-contributors, and by non-contributors I generally mean the higher power non-contributors. So if you're 90 million power, then you're contributing to the matchmaking of KvK. So that means because of you, we are going to have higher powered opponents, but then if you don't fight, then you are somewhat impacting us negatively, which is why we need to make sure that you are, I guess, either committing to fight in the next KvK, or lowering your power, or willing to migrate away to a kingdom where your playing style matches the kingdom's activity level. So if none of that happens, then this is the only scenario that we guess I have. So now I think we are going through the last set of reports. As you can see that it's amazing trades that we're getting at this stage. Obviously the city is somewhat burned down. I'm going to favorite all my reports, and I think in a little bit of time I'll take you through those reports as well. Now, our last city rally reports had a lot of views. Now, I wish we were in KvK already and potentially have more rallies and garrison reports that we can share, which will happen because we will go into Season of Conquest in the near future. But until then, I think it's pretty much going to be about lowering our power. This may be the second last bigger city that we need to zero. But then if there's more that comes up, obviously we will make sure that we are recording, because I think our city rallying videos had more views than the other ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of city defense and city rallies, we will be doing a video on our Shadow Legion later on today as well.
Yep.
So yeah, so we may try few different settings when we are going through Shadow Legion. I think we can do a little bit of a troll as well. We can try out Markswoman.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So the commander that no one uses, and Tomoe Gozen. So I can
Yeah.
try these two and see how it goes.
We can do that.
So the last rally is hitting now. We got Tryon and Mehmet again, and this would be the last rally because this kind of takes the player to 53. 53 million power means they got nothing left.
Yep.
So that's kind of done. Now we were supposed to have a second city that broke MGE rules. We just finished today, but then that player is online now, so obviously no point trying to rally player that's online, you teleport in the bubble. So what we will do is, when that happens next time, whether we are online or not, we have asked our friends to record that clip and share it with us. We are more than happy to show those. Now I'm just going through my reports here now. So the first one was average, and from there onwards it's 4 or 5 times, 6 or 7 times the deaths we are inflicting on the city. So that would be it for today.
Hope you enjoyed. For more action, like and subscribe.